Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here with my dad and we are doing a dad tag. Alright, if you're new here, my name is Claire. My channel is all about mom stuff, lady stuff, and life stuff. So hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And today is Father's Day, the day that we celebrate our husbands, our own fathers, and any sort of father figure that we've had in our lives. Last year, GIanni and I, my husband, did a tag for him as like a father. He answered a bunch of like dad questions. So this year I thought it would be fun if I brought my own dad in for some like good questions. I will leave all the questions down below if you want to try this tag on your channel with your dad. It's gonna be super fun. And if you are not new here, thank you so much for coming back, but you probably have seen my dad here and there throughout the vlog. He's really involved in my kids' lives and in our family, so he definitely makes an appearance. But this is like his first real like video. Ta-da. Yeah. So we each have 8 questions to answer for each other. So it should be like too long, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. So do you want me to go first with my question?
Why don't you go first?
Okay. So, what is my favorite thing to do?
Favorite thing to do? Probably fish.
It's true. What is your favorite quality that I have?
Your favorite quality is that it's actually my favorite and my least favorite.
Oh, a double-edged sword.
Yes, it is, but your spontaneity and your ability to think on your feet. And
it has gotten me out of many pickles.
And actually pickled some pickles.
What was the worst thing I ever did as a child?
We may have to come back to this.
Oh, come on.
Boy, that's a lot. There's a lot of, not a lot of really bad things though. It's hard to think of one that was really bad. You know, I don't know, really. There wasn't anything that really...
I would say the time I flushed my underwear down the toilet. Do you remember that?
No, that's... thank you for that memory. Yes. It's Father's Day, come on.
I was like a little kid.
Yeah, you were a little
and I was just like, let's see what this does.
Yeah.
That was bad. What is your favorite memory that we share?
That we share together?
Yeah. Your favorite memory of me?
I'm going to say it was probably the Calberry Awards.
Aww.
Because your work was recognized and you went very far in that program.
Yeah.
And it was very impressive with what you did. And it was fun to show that off to friends and family. It
was like a poetry contest. I wrote like a poetry book and it won some awards. And if you've watched this channel before, you know
it is back there.
My goal is to publish a children's poetry book, and I've been writing it for a very long time, so thank you. What is your favorite thing about being a dad?
I think it's having someone to love.
Oh. That's the best answer.
I didn't even have to think about that one. But it's a combination. It's being loved and loving someone as well. So
that's amazing. What is one thing that you wish I did more often?
Wow. You asked some tough questions today. It's hard to say exactly what, because you do a lot of things really well, and you do some things that bug me, but everybody does things that, well, bug me, but...
So I'm just doing all the things as often as I should?
Yeah, I mean, you seem to have a lot of things in your life that you're doing, but you're managing them all. You have a family, you have a YouTube channel, you have a job, you have bills like everybody, but you got things going on in your life and you're managing them all very well. So it's hard for me to...
I wish I wish I exercised more. There's a lot of things I wish I did more of, but I'm happy that my dad sees me in a way that leaves nothing more. What is the best present I ever gave you?
Well, you've given me some unique presents over the years. And a lot of things that were from her imagination and from her heart. They were very personal things. And there's some kiss related things because I'm a kiss freak, and we've talked about that I'm sure before. But
yep.
I have a kiss room. I have things in my kiss room that she provided me as well.
There we go. There were some good kiss gifts
some
in
things
there.
in different parts of my life that she's given. So it's not just one thing. It's a lot of things. But if I had to pick one thing, it would be the family that she brought.
Aw, my gosh. These are like amazing answers. What the heck? All right, and now for a slightly silly one. If I could be any animal, what animal do you think I would be?
An animal you'd be good at? Well, if you're going to be an animal, you might as well be good at it.
That's true.
I would guess, more than likely, you are a dog.
Look at that. That is exactly right, Willis.
She's been a dog since she was born. She always wanted to be a groomer or involved with dogs since she was just a sprout. And so I'm not surprised at what she does and what she would be if she came back as a different creature.
I would definitely be a dog. Well, I feel like dogs are like the closest thing to humans. You know? Like, not that other animals don't have intelligence or emotions, but if I could also like still be an animal but like live in a house and stuff. You know what I mean?
And be fed 3 times a day.
And get groomed and stuff. But I would definitely bite a groomer if they were doing a bad job. All right, your turn.
Okay.
We have some questions for me to answer now.
That's right.
About you.
Let's see what Claire thinks she knows about her dad. What is my favorite food?
Like the weirdest thing on the menu. Like spicy and weird. Like if we go to a restaurant, like, okay, in where we are, we have this restaurant that's like really authentic Chinese food. And like all the people cooking always are like, are you sure you want to get that? Because he will pick like intestines and like organ meat and like also make it as spicy as possible. So
yeah, we've been
there.
we surprise people quite often at the restaurant, yes. But then this is a child had ordered liver and onions when she was 5 years old.
Dude, I get down on some liver, man.
If I could spend 3 hours doing anything I wanted to, what do you think that 3 hours would be spent doing?
Fishing, probably.
I think you're right.
But not any fishing. Fishing in the most magnificent spot where you are pulling out the most gigantic, beautiful fish, and then afterwards we would cook them and eat them.
That's true. That is right.
The best 3 hours you could spend.
Yes. I'd probably stretch it to 4, knowing me. What animal would I be?
Oh, 100% a squirrel. This has been like a known thing since I was a young child. Willis has always had a fascination with squirrels because they're like cute and fun and playful and like, I don't know, why do you love squirrels so much?
I think watching them because they're very free and they can jump between branches and they just seem like they don't care. Yeah, you know?
They're very...
And I worked in parks my entire career.
He's a park man.
So I saw a lot of squirrels in my day, but I always thought, what a great life. They live in a park and they get lots of cool food. The off season's kind of rough. The winter's a little rough.
Yeah.
I think
but they plan ahead.
They're a good looking animal, you know?
Yeah.
Be right for me.
Yep, Willis would definitely be a squirrel.
Can you name a pet that I had as a child?
I can name several, but I think the one I want to focus on is the cat that you named Nam Pen.
We had a problem with too many cats in our life, and at one time
he lived on a farm.
In the country. I had 22 cats at one time, and by golly, I ran out of names. So I thought the capital of Laos would be an awesome name for a cat.
And I think that's really cool. It was like in the Vietnam War era, so like that was like something he knew. But I know you had a cat named Sam.
Sam.
That was like your...
Yeah, he was my best friend when
Yeah.
I was in junior high and high school. And
But to me, always growing up, I thought the fact that he had a cat that he named Nam Pen was like really cool. I don't know why.
Well, I've been odd most of my life, so it fits me perfectly.
Whatever.
Well. What is one thing that we have in common?
I would say work ethic. I think like growing up watching you and your career and all that, like everything that you gave to the parks, and like that the parks were like something that you created that, you know, you were proud of. And I think like in my own career, like that's something that I really looked for in a career, and why I picked something like grooming, because it is something that you create, that you kind of like put out there for other people, and like I am very also validated by my work in the way that you are. Like I could never like just be a stay-at-home mom and not have like a job, or like my YouTube channel. Like I need that validation from like what I'm creating the way that you do.
Right, and it's your way of expressing yourself.
Exactly.
And,
definitely.
You know, we all have our strong suits, and both my daughters have been very strong, and both of them have been very dedicated to their jobs, no matter what job it was. Their very first job, their second, third job, didn't matter what.
Yeah, like if you have a responsibility, you see it through. Yeah. Whether I'm making a pizza or a YouTube video.
And here's an example when she was really young and in the theater program for little kids.
Does this surprise you that I was in a theater program?
And this may be why she's the way she is today. My fault. But she didn't want to go to the rehearsals. She was bored and didn't think this was for her. But I explained to her that it was a commitment that she made. Yeah. And we were going to stick it through, even though we make it be a little tough, but we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
And so we tried from the very beginning that if you commit to something, complete it, do the best you can, be proud of what you can do yourself.
Absolutely. I think that I'm just absolutely that way with everything. As I've become an adult, that stuck with me for sure.
If I was a character in a TV show, oh my goodness, what would that character be?
I feel like you are a marriage between Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec and Peter Griffin. because like Peter Griffin is like real goofy, and like, I mean, you're just still a man that thinks like farts are funny, and like, you know, just real slapstick goofness is like who you are at your core. But at the same time, you like also are Ron Swanson-y in the fact that like you enjoy a beautiful steak, and like you don't like things to be real complicated, and also like you are a park man. So I feel like, and also like you can do things with like, Ron Swanson can do anything like with like wood and building stuff. And he also has like a really like deep respect for nature, and that's like totally you as well, for sure.
What's your favorite memory with me?
I have a lot, but you know, like we share a lot of like really common interests. We both like kiss, we both like to go to concerts, we've gone fishing a lot together. But if I had to pick, like if I think about like in my youth, there would be days, my parents tried really hard to have like one-on-one time with us, like that was a priority for them. And there would be these times where you would wake me up, and I wouldn't know the night before that we were gonna do this, and you would wake me up like at the crack of dawn, and you'd just be like, we're going fishing, let's go. And it would just be like me and you. Sometimes my sister would come too, but like you would just decide like at the crack of dawn, like I wouldn't even be able to like wake up and realize it. And I would be like, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, like young. And like, I just remember that being like, you just wake up and you're just like Christmas morning, because we're like just gonna go do this. And like, I try to do that with my kids now too, like surprise wise, like not telling them things the night before, because like it just, I like seriously still remember like that feeling of being like, oh my God, we're doing this right now. And yeah, I always like, when I look back and I think about my life with my dad, those mornings like really stick out in my mind.
Which is amazing you can remember it, because you weren't a real morning person. Which is a big surprise, because she is now a morning person. I
get it done in the morning.
Between her job requiring her to get up early, and obviously with kids now, she's
my body doesn't.
180 degrees.
My body rarely lets me sleep past like maybe 8 on a good day.
And that's inherited. My family was a country bumpkins and farmers, and they barely ever slept. I'm just positive. All right. How about, what is the greatest lesson that I have ever taught you?
I would say, okay, this is a complicated answer, but I would say to use hard work as a language of love. if that makes sense. Because I think there's a lot of like love languages, like touch and compliments and like all that kind of stuff. But I think that the way you always showed me that you loved me, or the way that impacted me the most, is like how hard you worked. And I think that like as a little kid, sometimes that was like harder to understand, but as I grew up, I just really realized the value of that. That like maybe if you were late or you worked on a weekend, it was like 100% from your soul because you loved me, that you were working so hard. And like now, as I'm an adult, I expect that from my husband. That's how I feel when my husband goes to work. I'm like, dude, he really loves me. Like when I am doing the dishes, I find that I validate myself with that same idea. I'm working hard because I love myself. I am working hard because I love my children. Like equating hard work and love together, I think is like a really responsible way to like live and see the world. And I think that that was like the best lesson you ever taught me.
It can be a double-edged sword too.
Yeah.
You tend to expect more out of others because you expect more out of yourself. And
that's true.
I disappoint myself probably more than other people disappoint
But I'm
me,
happy with that.
You're like that. You're exactly like that.
Yeah.
We're bookends in that respect.
Definitely.
That we expect more out of ourselves, and we expect every project or every product that we supply is going to be the best we can.
Yes.
And we're often disappointed by ourselves.
But it also creates greatness a lot of times.
A lot of times.
I think that's wonderful.
And I think because of that, it forces us to excel at that, I think.
Yeah.
And to be better and stronger in that area. That's our strong point.
Definitely. Agreed.
So yeah.
This was a dope video. You guys are lucky Willis is here talking to you.
Ta-da.
All right, you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning like some real deep stuff about me, to be honest. Like you probably may have picked up on some of the stuff here and there, but you heard it right from the source, the man that made me himself. So make sure you take some time to tell your husband or the father in your life, whether it is your biological father, your adopted father, your uncle, your grandfather, whatever man helped make you the human that you are in some way, make sure you reach out to them and tell them thank you. I love you, Dad. Thanks for being my dad and being supportive, and happy Father's Day.
And I love you. Just remember, everybody, subscribe. This is an excellent channel. You're going to learn, you're going to have fun, and you're going to have a lot of laughs watching these kids grow up.
You heard it, man. You got to listen. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next one. New uploads every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Bye.